I first became aware of myself in a closet. My earliest memories are of sitting in that eerie darkness, surrounded by piles of musty clothes. My parents were busy, or they were tired, or they just wanted their alone time. Whatever the excuse, I played in there a lot as a kid. That's what they called it, playing. Most kids play outside, in the sun. I played in a small room, with the lights off and a door that only came unlocked when my parents wanted it to. At 3, 4 years old, I didn't know it was wrong, that other kids didn't have their own version of the closet. But by the time I was 5 or 6, I could tell that something was up. It was around that time that I remember objecting every time they tried to put me in there. They said, "Keep fussing and playtime will be longer." They always made good on their threats. I didn't make it easy for them. They wanted me not seen and not heard. But although they could put me out of sight, nothing could stop me from making noise. I pounded on the door until my fist hurt. Screaming let me out until I was so tired that I couldn't anymore. It wasn't long before they found a way to counter that too. My dad spoke sternly as he tied me up in rope and put a piece of duct tape on my mouth. No more pounding on the door. No more let me out. From now on we'll let you out at scheduled times to use the bathroom, and that's it. You'll sleep and eat your meals in the closet. Do I make myself clear? I had tears streaming down my face. My dad smiled and wiped one off with his finger. "Don't cry, champ. It's not going to be this way forever. Just until you learn to be a good boy, okay?" I fought and fought against my restraints, but it was of no use. The door closed shut, once again trapping me in my dark and terrible cell. But this time, I couldn't even move. Couldn't even scream to express how helpless and terrified I felt. A long time passed. It felt like days, weeks. The hunger in my stomach grew and grew until it hurt, and I thought that I would starve. I've never known what it was like to be so hungry. Would my parents allow me to die? Did they care even less than I thought they did? "Hey kid." The man stood in the corner of the closet, and all I could see were his bright red eyes. "You want out of here?" I nodded. He scared me, but that fear was nothing against the closet itself. He was someone to talk to, and he was offering a way out. And that meant I didn't care who he was or why he was there. "You sure?" I nodded again. "I'll ask you one more time. Are you absolutely 100% sure you want to get out of this closet, no matter what?" How many times will he make me nod? I was sure. I was sure. I was sure. 100%, no matter what. Seconds passed by, and nothing happened. The man was quiet. I tried to shift my weight to be more comfortable, but found that I couldn't move. When I was tied up, I could still move parts of my body, but now I couldn't do anything at all. I could still control my eyes though, and as I looked around, I saw something that filled my heart with ice. I saw me lying on the ground. Not me, my body. I wasn't in it. Yet it turned to me, looking at my eyes. "I'm sorry I had to do this," said who, or whatever was inside. "When I promised you could leave this closet, I didn't mean you. I only meant your body. If you find another person willing to make a trade with you, only then will you be allowed to leave." Later on, my parents came to let him out, and I remained trapped. "I don't want to go in the closet, Mom," little Freddy whined. "How many times do I have to tell you? There's a monster in there. He has red eyes, and he says weird things about making deals that I don't understand. He's scary, Mom." "Frederick?" Mrs. Josh said, her tone strict and unyielding. "I'm only asking you to put away your shirt. If you don't do it in the next 10 seconds, there will be no dessert after dinner tonight." "But Mom..." "I'm counting, Frederick." Frederick groaned in protest, but dutifully did as he was told. He pattered her up to the door and threw it open. A light flooded the interior of the closet. He placed his folded Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles t-shirt at the top of his shirt stack and turned back around. I could tell he was making a concerted effort not to look at the corner, where he'd see my beady red eyes looking back at him. "I know what you want to ask, Mr. Monster, and the answer is no," he said, still faced the other way. "If and when you change your mind, the offer will still be available," I responded, but I knew he never would. Frederick shut the door, and his footsteps receded down the hallway. Once again, I was alone, and my prison was enshrouded in darkness.